Hey YouTube, Supervision109 here. I have a deck profile today on my Miracle Heroes that I took to my locals. I won today, so yeah, I'm just gonna talk about like how I did. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. I don't think you did, but I'm gonna talk about how I did, some certain cards that I ran, and yeah. So I went 4-1, made top 4, and then won my top 4 match, and then we just split for first and second, same prizes. So yeah, pretty much. Round 1 I played Dark Deck, and I 2-0'd it. Round 2 I played Twilight, also 2-0'd it. Round 3 I played it's gonna come to me, Dark Water Synchro, and I 2-0'd it. Round 4 I played Flamvels, and I 2-0'd that. Then round 5 I played Twilight again, by Jake Walkid, his deck. So I'll have a link to him down there. Check him out. He's got a really good Twilight deck. It's very, very sacky. So check him out. So yeah, I got 2-0'd there. That was the end of Swiss. I got 3rd place. So I made top 4. Then top 4 I played TGs. I lost game 1, and then I won games 2 and 3. And then we just split, like I said. So yeah, I'm just going to discuss this deck, a lot of tech choices I made, a lot of good cards in here, a lot of cards I'd cut and make changes for, and yeah. So I hope you guys like it, and let's get started. So we have 1 Stratos and 3 Alias, because it's just like a good engine. These guys got pretty clogged today, I'm going to go ahead and admit. It's not always a horrible thing. I was only running 2 Sparks, but based on today, I was considering putting it up to 3 and putting Hero Blast to 2, because Hero Blast was a very good card for me today. So yeah, 3 Tengus, because I think that if you need to run Tengu to compete in pretty much every deck. There's like 2 decks maybe, like maybe Frog Monarchs, but most of the people who play Frog Monarchs, because my locals has so many Frog Monarchs, almost all of them switched and played either Water Synchro, which uses Tengu, or they just found ways to just put Tengu into the deck. There's like a few decks that don't have to use Tengu, but you really, this card's just too good. You have to use it in any deck that you actually can. In here, it's a random floater. And I was getting a bit of hate on this today, but it is very good. It keeps field presence, and combined, if you have this on the field with other lockdown monsters, it's just good. And this plus Mole, I got that out a lot today. So yeah, Tengu was nice. 2 Thunder Kings. I definitely want to put the 3rd one in here. This card is amazing. I ran 1 Doom Caliber. This card's good, but Thunder King and Doom Cal have the same purpose. They negate the same things. Doom Cal stuff's like Caius. I used this a lot today. When I played TGs, I used this to negate the Warwolf. I could have just used Thunder King. I did actually use Thunder King to negate stuff like twice. So Thunder King is pretty good. Doom Cal kind of has the same purpose as Thunder King. Negates the same stuff. Doom Cal is like good against Glads, unlike Thunder King, though. There's like a few decks that Doom Cal's better against. It's just like you don't see many of those in my locals. 1 Gale and 1 Mole for Shien outs. There's a lot of Sams at my local. I did not play any, though. So these cards were pretty useless. They were sided out most of the time. They're not very good against the decks that I played. A few of them they were okay against. 1 Veiler. This card was pretty good. 1 Honest, because you just need protection. And then my pro tech of the day, Summoner Monk. Alright. I'll explain more about this deck once I'm finished, but this card is very broke. Very, very broken. I'm just going to let you know now, you either get Tengu with it, or you get Stratos with it. And I'll explain the combos with it later. So yeah, 15 monsters. I'm going to say 14 because I don't actually, or 13 actually, because I don't consider Veiler or Honest to be monsters. I do not synchro with Veiler in this deck. Never synchro with Valor unless you're like very desperate. An honest can be a monster because lots of times you can summon it, run over stuff, bounce it, and feel good. But so I guess you could say like 13 to 14. But then the spells, of course, we run Rhoda and E-Calls, so 2 more monsters basically, and 2 Miracle Fusion, so 2 more after that. So technically I run 15 monsters, but in the end I run like 18 or 19, just depending on how it goes. Rhoda and E-Call, some people told me to run 2 E-Calls. I don't like that. I'm not running like Warrior Lady or any other searchable cards by reinforcement. So I only have 4 targets for these guys. And of course you're going to search for Stratos with one of them. The Stratos is going to be another one of these basically. So you run out of targets very fast with these guys. So that's another reason why, like Summoner Monk, these guys can get really dead. Summoner Monk just pick them off, get Strato. Basically, if you open up this and Monk, you can just summon the Monk and then picture the E-Call and get the Stratos. It's basically just using E-Call, except you can do better plays afterwards. And then the Miracle Fusions, of course, you make Shining. I never used Shining's effect today, not because it was removed from the field, but because whenever I made it, I would win. That's pretty much what would happen. 2 Sparks. This card was very, very, very dead at 3 when I was playtesting, so I cut it down to 2. 2 seems to work fine. I used it 3 times today, I think. Not that many. Usually don't use it that much. 1 book. MST. I only ran 1 MST because I ran 2 7 tools over it. I'll explain that later. Dark Hole and Reborn. Random common book, and then everything else is just ultra. I feel ashamed. So yeah, traps. 3 prison. It's prison. Actually, about this, I was thinking about cutting one of these out and putting in a second bottomless, because bottomless is pretty good. Or putting in other stuff. 1 Hero Blast. I kind of want to put this up to 2. Against the format, when they just go like Summon Kageki, Special Kagamusha, you can do the Hero Blast. Hero Blast is much more of a late game card though, so you usually won't do it against that. When they do their shenanigans with Lone Fire and Dandy, you Hero Blast. When you open up Hero Blast plus a Spark and a Alias, you're good to go. Only 1 though, because they are going to get removed with Miracle Fusion, and of course it's just never a good card to open up with, which is why I only like running 1. 1 Bottomless, this card was okay. 1 Compulse. This card was actually very bad. I was running 2 before I started, and I was thinking about keeping it at 2 and cutting out another card in the end, which I learned was a giant mistake if I would have done that, but I decided not to, and it paid off completely. Considering cutting this card completely, it's really not that good. I get it's good against synchros, but that doesn't happen that much. And you have other outs to synchros. And most of the decks at my locals I played today did not synchro, so it was pretty bad. The only deck that I played against that actually synchroed against me was the what's it called? The Water Synchro deck, and that's because it's meant to synchro. No other deck I played against synchroed. So yeah, TT and Mirror, Mass Destruction. TT's great with Tengu. Mirror is just an overall great card. This card was amazing. I probably am going to find room for a second one. Fiendish Chain. This card is better than Valor in certain decks. If you're playing plants and you play this card, I'll laugh at you. Play Valor in that deck. It's good in like Pot of Avarice decks, but in a deck like this, I like Chain. If you have a Gale in the field, they like try to run over it. You just chain it, and then you can have their bigger monster run over it, or you can just have the monster with Fiendish Chain run over it. Because I'm not running Warning or Pot, Fiendish Chain is a good card to have because it can be a warning because it stops the effects of a lot of good cards. It makes them useless and just sitting there. 1 Oppression, you have to run this card. It got blind MST'd 3 times today, which made me really sad, but that's how the game works. 2 7 tools, this card was really good. When I played TGs, I was horned, and twice they'd go damage step horn, I just go 7 tools, and I'd just do really well. mainly because I'd have like a Thunder King on the field. They'd try to run over it with the Rhino, and then I'd just 7 tools and laugh. Stark Bribe, because I need an out to True Nade. True Nade just wrecks. And Solemn is Solemn. Now, the last trap was, without a doubt, the MVP of the day. I was thinking about cutting this, just because, like, I didn't know if I'd be able to use it or not all the time. Oh, I'm so glad I did not cut it. Trap Dust Shoot. I used this card literally 5 times. I mean, this card is outrageously overpowered. Without Pot of Duality, I figured it'd be really bad. I wouldn't be able to actually, like, grab it. With Pot of Duality, you can just, like, grab the Dust Shoot when you need it, and don't grab it when you don't need it. This card literally was never a dead draw. I drew it 5 times, and I used it all 5 times I drew it. It was perfectly fine. It would win me some games. Against the game 1, against the Twilight player, I opened up Dust Shoot, and his hand was, like, bad stuff. It was, like, recharged and stuff. He topped the Light Sworn. I go flip Dust Shoot and return it to his deck. He couldn't draw one. I just beat him. So Dust Shoot puts in work. This video is probably really long, but I'm going to continue because this video is going to be very nice. Continuing on with the extra deck. A few things in here will be changed, but 2 Shining. I made this guy. I actually made him a lot. You definitely need 2. You don't need 3. I never actually made 2. So 2 may even be overkill, but you usually won't use both of your miracles. And I only run 2 just for consistency. 0, you side Penguin Soldier. You have a chance of making it. You have to run it. I didn't actually run Gaia because I didn't have one, but it's okay. Chimera Tech. Those are the fusions. 2 Utopias. Mainly, this is the reason why I ran Monk. Monk, for those guys who don't know, if you use Tengu to exceed, when you exceed for Utopia, you get another copy of Tengu because it's considered to be removed from the field. It's a ruling that Konami made for the TCG since the OCG doesn't actually have Tengu. So you go Monk, pitch like a Gemini Spark or like an E-Call to get either Stratos, search for Alias, and then make Utopia, or Tengu, make Utopia, and get another copy. Either way, it ends up being a 1-for-1, except you started out with a random bad spell and Monk, and you turned it into a Utopia and either an Alias in hand or a Tengu on field, which I think is pretty good. And then Utopia's effect is pretty good. I made this card a lot today. If you guys for those of you guys who don't know what he does, when a attack is declared by either player, you can remove from play one of the Xyz materials on it to negate the attack. And if it has no Xyz materials on it and it is attacked by any monster, it's automatically destroyed. You just have to regulate it. It stalled me for like 2 turns so I could get stuff I needed. It's not bad. It's good. 1 formula because I'm pro. You don't actually make this. 1 armory. There's a chance that you can make it. Very slim, but there is a good chance. Catastor is probably one of the main synchros I actually make. Keep in mind, I did not synchro once today. 1 Bryonic, because I can. Black Rose, Stardust, Thought Ruler, Scrap Dragon, and Trishula. My Librarian's not in here because I'm letting my friend borrow it. But you can run Librarian in here too. I don't actually think I ran 15 today, but let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. I actually did run 15. I ran 15 exactly. Okay. So, yeah. I'm probably going to cut out like formula and put in the second Chimera Tech. That's the only change I'd make there. Side deck, yes. Don't actually like use the side deck. I'll explain what cards were good. 2 Sidras. This card isn't that good. Good against like other beatdown decks, but not the best card. 1 Kaiku. This card was amazing. I was running Banisher as well with Kaiku, but I'm cutting Banisher to put in the second Kaiku. And then Crow. This is my grave hate. Crow's fine. Banisher's just meh. Tengu just like destroys it. 1 Kinetic for Sam's, same as Penguin Soldier, Shien's, or Naturi Beast, or whatever they make. And then you can use it with Miracle to make 0. 2 Power Filters. You can run in this deck. If you can run Power Filter in your side, you might as well side it. This is probably one of the best side cards in my opinion. It just shuts down plants, shuts down frogs. It's not horrible against Sams if you're going first. And it's just an overall good card. I'd try and fit it into your deck if you're not running, if you're running like anti-meta, Gravekeepers, or some deck like that. I like this card a lot in Sam's actually because what you do is you just like make Shien, then you play it, so they can't actually like get rid of it. So it's good. Traps, I decided 3 continuouses. These 2 are bad. Skill Dream is amazing. Probably putting this up to 2. These 2 just are not necessary. I never sided either of these because I didn't play. I played a Monarch Synchro deck. It was using Monarchs, but I just didn't assign Mask. It's not necessary. This I've sided almost every match. 1 Blackhorn for Shiens and Librarians and stuff. No one Librarian me today because I didn't actually play any deck set with spam Synchros. 1 Mind Crush and 1 Dust Shoot. Mind Crush is going in the main because Crush Shoot equals GG. And also, Mind Crush is just a pretty good overall format card. It's good because it kind of can work like a warning. If you know what they have, you can just Mind Crush it, prevent them from actually putting it on the field in the first place. It can help you. I will admit Warning's just like better, but Mind Crush is not a horrible card to have. And then Dust Shoot is just for the random decks that you will see, like anti-meta. So yeah, this video is 16 minutes. That's very long. So yeah, I hope you guys watched it, or watched most of it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment below what you guys would change in the deck. Tell me if you like some of the techs I was running, like Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk done good. And if you guys want to leave like a video response of your own hero deck, go ahead and leave it. Tech ideas, any of that stuff, it's all good. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, comment, rate, do whatever you want, and peace.